Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, as you may have heard recently, about a week ago in fact, Australia has taken the lead in social media children protection. They have decided to implement a groundbreaking law to ban under 16s from using social media. And it's an exciting time because this is what we all want. So this is what we need to protect children. There's no good that comes from social media for children. There isn't anything that is useful for them. And it definitely the bad outweighs the good. So let's read about this, shall we? So, Australia has banned social media for kids under 16. How will it work? That's a very good question. Under 16s in Australia are now banned from using major social media services including TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat and Threads. They cannot sign up. New accounts and existing profiles are being deactivated. The ban is the first of its kind and is being watched closely by other countries. Stop watching them closely and follow suit. I hate it when people do this. Oh, we need to find the evidence first before we kill off the kids, all right? Why is the Australian government banning social media for under 16s? The government says it will reduce the negative impact of social media's design features that encourage young people to spend more time on screens while also serving up content that can harm their health and well-being. A study it commissioned earlier in 2025 found that 96% of children aged 10 to 15 used social media, and that 7 out of 10 of them had been exposed to harmful content. And in my opinion, if one kid is exposed to harmful content, then it's too many, right? You just don't play with their lives, right? This includes misogynistic and violent material, as well as content promoting eating disorders and suicide. 1 in 7 also reported experiencing grooming type behaviour from adults or older children, and more than half said they had been the victim of cyberbullying. Which social media platforms are covered by the Australia ban? 10 platforms are currently included: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Threads, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, and streaming platforms Kick and Twitch. The government assesses potential sites against 3 main criteria: whether the platform's sole or significant purpose is to enable online social interaction between 2 or more users, whether it allows users to interact with some or all other users, and whether it allows users to post material. YouTube Kids, Google Classroom and WhatsApp are not covered as they are not deemed to meet those criteria. I don't know. WhatsApp, you can get random strangers contacting you, let me tell you. Anyway, under 16s will also still be available to view most content on online platforms which do not require an account. Critics have called on the government to extend the ban to cover online gaming sites like Roblox and Discord, which are not currently included. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god. The amount of stories that come out of Discord is concerning. It's like a hidden sort of group where anything goes on and it's worrying, and also Roblox, quite clearly. In November, Roblox said it would introduce age checks on some features. How will the Australian ban be enforced? Children and parents will not be punished for infringing the bans. Instead, social media companies face fines of up to 49.5 million Australian dollars. That's 32 million US dollars for those who can't calculate, and 25 million pounds in UK money for serious or repeated breaches. The government says firms must take reasonable steps to keep kids off the platforms and should use multiple age assurance technologies. These could include government IDs, face or voice recognition, or so-called age inference, which analyzes online behavior and interactions to estimate a person's age. Well, that's a bit stupid. Sorry. Platforms cannot rely on users self-certifying or parents vouching for their children. Right. Clearly. Meta, which owns Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, began closing teen accounts from 4th of December. It said anyone mistakenly kicked off could use government ID or provide a video selfie to prove their age. Snapchat has said users can use bank accounts, photo ID, or selfies for verification. Will the Australian social media ban work? Some fear that age assurance technologies may wrongly block adults, while failing to spot underage users. Well, this is obviously a concern. If they do wrongly block adults, then you've got to go through the verification. And if you're old enough, then you're old enough, aren't you? The government's own report found that the facial assessment technology is least reliable for teenagers. Questions have also been raised about the scale of the potential fines. It takes Meta about an hour and 52 minutes to make 50 million euros. Seriously? Bloody hell. When am I going to start earning that sort of money? Innit? Bloody exploiting kids, maybe. That might be the way to go, innit? What the hell? Former Facebook executive Stephen Shearer told the AAP news agency. Critics also argue that the limited scope of the ban, even if properly implemented, undermines its ability to protect children. Dating websites are excluded, along with gaming platforms, as are AI chatbot. I thought dating websites usually have a minimum 18 anyway, don't they? I don't know. As are AI chatbots, which have recently made headlines for allegedly encouraging children to kill themselves and for having sensual conversations with minors. Others argue that educating children about how to navigate social media would be more effective. I think both can work hand in hand, personally. I think you do need to educate children because they're not educated. You just have to listen to what they say about the Inghams to know that they're not educated, or any family vloggers, So I think it should go hand in hand. Getting them off social media for a start. There's no legitimate reason for a child to be on social media. There's no... they say the bad outweighs the good. I'd argue that there's not much good out of it. Okay, just having the ability to chat with your friends isn't, it's not a valuable thing. Kids go to school to chat with their friends, for example. They have a phone if they want to chat with their friends. I don't know. Some teens told the BBC they would set up fake profiles ahead of the deadline, although the government have warned social media companies to identify and remove such accounts. Others have switched to joint accounts with their parents. This is a question I have in a minute. Commentators also predict a surge in the rise of VPNs, which hide a user's location, as happened in the UK after the implementation of age control rules there. Communications Minister Annika Wells conceded that the ban may not be perfect. It's going to look a bit untidy on the way through. she said in early November. Big reforms always do. What about data protection? Critics have also raised concerns about the large-scale collection and storage of data required to verify users' ages. And this is a question I had as well. They have to... these are children we're talking about, so they're gathering information about children, which is pretty frowned upon. Australia, like much of the rest of the world, has had a series of high-profile data breaches where sensitive personal information was stolen and published or sold, but the government insists the legislation incorporates strong protections for personal data. These stipulate that it may only be used for age verification and must be subsequently destroyed, with serious penalties for breaches. However, social media companies responded. Social media companies were against the ban when the ban was announced in November 2024. Obviously they were, because they're making a large amount. Right, okay, so for what reason do social media companies want children to be on their platforms? To make money out of them. That's the only reason, because I mean I can't even begin to explain how deranged that is. Firms argued it would be difficult to implement, easy to circumvent, and time-consuming for users, and would pose risks to their privacy. Companies also suggested it might drive children into dark corners of the internet and deprive young people of social contact. Snap, which owns Snapchat and YouTube, also denied being social media companies. I'm sorry, what? Snapchat denied being a social media company? Okay. Days before the ban was due to take effect, YouTube said the rushed new laws would leave children less safe, as they would still be able to use the platform without an account, removing the very parental controls and safety filters built to protect them. No, because a large part of it is surrounding the interaction. If they don't have an account, they can't interact with other people on the platform, I think. YouTube's parent company Google was reportedly considering a legal challenge over its inclusion, but did not respond to a BBC request. That's how desperate YouTube are to exploit children. Oh my god. Okay, that deserves a video of its own. So I have some questions. Obviously, this is a really good move. And Australia, once again, as always, are the first ones to make the proper move. They are. You know, no matter which way you look at it, Australia tends to be the first ones to do anything, to put any laws in place, because they're very straightforward in wanting to protect their citizens, right? What I would like to know is, what if parents were to register an account in their name and let their kids use it? Right, because that's against that would be an easy way around it. That would involve parental stupidity, but you know, some parents are stupid, so expect it, I guess. And another one on TikTok, right? Because TikTok, you have to be 13 usually to have an account, but to appear in a video, if you did a video and you were 13 to 16, or even less, if you were in a video and you were, say, 12, and your parent just popped in at the end of a video, that would be acceptable, because that would be deemed as not a child video, that would be deemed as a family video. There you go. So is the same going to be true for this particular law? Will, like, a 15-year-old, for example, be able to make a TikTok video and have their parent just pop in for a little hello, and then all will be good because it's now a family video, right? And also, what about family vlogger kids? Because in my opinion, they need protecting more so, but also at the same time as, you know, because how are you going to say that a person or a child on social media is at risk of grooming, but then you put a child on a family vlogger channel and allow them to be groomed, for example? So these are very good questions. I think it's an excellent move from Australia. I expect everybody will be on board with this. I did a poll. No, I didn't. I did a petition a while ago, and I was aiming for under 18s, no under 18s on social media. You know, but this is similar, but not many people signed the petition, which is surprising because, you know, I get around about 2,000 views on my videos. I'd expect around about 2,000 people wanted to sign it, but they didn't. So I think, well, whether or not you sign my petition or not, or just push for these laws to be implemented in the UK, because quite why we need to wait to see how Australia handle this is stupid. We just need to implement it now, right? Protect children now. Stop waiting. Stop being the ones to, you know, start being the ones to implement things and be progressive rather than, you know, sitting in the corner, sitting on your hands, waiting for things to happen. So there we have it. Australia have banned social media for under 16s. Let me know what your thoughts about this are down below. I'm interested to know just how excited you are, or not. You might be against it completely. Let me know either way in the comments down below. And subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more news on these types of stories and going forward. Thank you all so much. Until next time, have a great day. Take care of yourselves and bye-bye.